Today is Thursday, Parashat Tazria Metzorah. We're going to be reading two parashiot this coming Shabbat, and today is also the 16th day of the Omer, which is 2 weeks and 2 days. And today it's under the heading of Gevurah, shebatiferet. Gevurah meaning strength or discipline. Shebatiferet, tiferet is glory, but actually it means also the harmony that is in merging Chesed and Gevurah together. Yaakov Avinu merged the two, and that harmony also refers to compassion. So we could say that today is under the heading of strength within compassion, or discipline within compassion. And we could explain this to be when you're compassionate towards someone, you have to do it with a certain amount of discipline. How much to do, what are the needs of the receiver of your compassion, of your assistance. It should be serving his needs rather than your needs. And in order to do that, you have to be disciplined, and you have to do it in a well thought out way as to what that person needs in terms of your compassion. How can you help that person? And you need to be focused and disciplined in terms of what you do for that situation. So that's in terms of the heading of the Omer. Today, again, it's Gevurah shebatiferet. The Chokli itself today, at the end of the Mishnah portion and also in the Gemara, speaks much about a certain concept regarding the Korbanot, the sacrifices that we bring to Bet HaMikdash. And there are situations where a person brings an animal, certain situations where he brings a bird as a korban, certain situations where he brings fine flour, which would cost a lot less than a bird or an animal. And one would think possibly that the one who brings the fine flour does not have as much merit as the one who brought a sacrifice that is much more valuable in terms of the cost. But the Gemara tells us, and the Mishnah tells us also, what is important to Hashem is that the heart of the person is directed towards heaven. In the words of the Mishnah, Echad hamarbe ve'echad hamam'it, to teach you it's regardless whether a man offers much or little. Ubilvad, so long as shechaven adam et dato l'shamayim, that a person directs his heart towards Hashem, towards heaven. So the intention is very important. In, let's say, giving support or donations to organizations, which today would be as if we brought an offering to Bet HaMikdash. It's not so important, of course. The organization needs the major support of the donors, etc. But what is more important than the amount given is what intention is that given to. If a person can afford only a small donation and he gives it with all his heart, that has a lot of value in the eyes of Hashem. As compared to someone who may be giving larger but not with the right intention, not with the right attitude. So the attitude, the intention of the person is very, very important part and parcel of the bringing of the Korbanot in Bet HaMikdash. And that is why a Korban that is done with the wrong intentions, as an example, we learn in other places, if the Korban can be eaten, let's say the portions that are eaten by the Kohanim can be eaten only for a certain amount of time. And a person in preparing the Korban and in doing the service of the Korban, the Kohen had in mind to eat it beyond its allotted time. Just with a thought, he makes that Korban pasul. Also the Gemara tells us that Hashem doesn't need our Korbanot. This is not food for him. It's of course something that shows our dedication to Hashem, bringing the Korban, bringing the offering. It's for our own good. It's for our own improvement as people. So Hashem sees that the intention with which the person brings the Korban, and that's a very, very important aspect of the Korbanot. And I would say even in terms of our Avodat Hashem, our service of Hashem in general, that it should be with the right intention, with the proper intention and focus, that we have that with our heart directed towards Hashem, to serve Him and to do His will. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'amen.